Well then, my little munchkins, I'm here again. I thought I would put my you've seen my my videos on my opinion on the job, but this one is just about CPCs, the Certificate of Professional Competence that they brought in. Now, it's a complete, utter waste of time, and it's an insult to us drivers that have been driving for years and years. And I'll explain to you why. First of all, I'd like to point out to you, if you haven't been on it, and all the drivers have been on it, we're on our second session. You know, we've done one lot that lasted us 5 years. We're on from when it first began. Now we've done our second lot. So let's put to one side that the first time you did it, you could do the same headed course. They call it a course 5 times. They reckon they've changed it now, so it don't really matter. But what it is you can sit there, you can choose not to say a word. Now I ask all sorts of silly questions, and I like to twist them up, because the people that train you couldn't have done everything that you've done, and they've been on their journey. So the people that train you, I mean, some of the people that was training me, they were ex-military, so they knew all about moving tanks and loads and all the rest of it, but they didn't know about the civil world. So when a certain subject came along, I thought to myself, I've got you now. So I can tie you up in a question for a quarter of an hour. That'll get rid of that time. But you can sit there, and we've all seen it. You can come in, you show your license, you show who you are, right? You sign in on the course, and you can sit there and not open your whole mouth for the whole time of the course. Whether they've been a bit strict and you've had to sit there for a whole 8 hours, or they've pretty much gone through what they've got to tell you, and it's a bit early, and lads, we've had enough of this now, boys. I've told you all I'm going to tell you. Let's get the hell out of here. But generally speaking, I would say we've all had to sit there and listen to all that twaddle. Now, why I call it twaddle, I'll try and explain. So you can sit there, you can shut your mouth, and you can sign out, and you get your piece of paper. It's as simple as that. The other thing about it is the information, and this is about all of the thing. The pictures, I know it's the same rules, and it same applies. The same rules they're teaching in are the same rules that have always been about. But what makes it less interesting is that they show you a picture of a certain subject. And the trucks are 20 years old. They're not current. They're not the current vehicles that we're driving around in. So they're telling you about stuff. And you're sitting there and you're listening to it. Oh yeah. And they flash up these photos, which they've picked up from a DVSA or and you look at it and you think, hold on a minute, that truck's a manual, that truck's 20 years old, that's an ERF, that, they've come off the road, they've been off the road 10 years. So it's not relevant to the modern trucks, it's not up to date. All these pictures and courses and examples that they're using, that they've pulled off another site somewhere, isn't relevant to today. So they're trying to teach us something that isn't today. They're not using today's vehicles to show you and tell you. And another thing that they're trying to show you or tell you. Now, I'm the worker. The boss is the boss. Fine, and I'm the worker. I'm just a worker. I come in, I do what I'm told, and I go home. Now, quite a lot of it was they were telling you stuff that the boss needed to know. It's nothing to do with me. Let's say, argument's sake, we'll use for an example a mirror. So if the mirror's broken, and as we all have, we have weeks when we have money and we have weeks when we're not out of money. But if that mirror's broken, the boss pays for it. I don't pay for it. I can't go up to the parts shop and buy myself a mirror. I go in, I tell the boss man, the mirror's knackered, the mirror's broken. And it's a boss thing or an owner thing. What are you telling me for? You know, if the boss is having a bit of a skint time and, oh, well, we don't want to buy it this month, I've got a big bill to pay, or we want to be careful with our money, so can you live with it for a few days? Why are you telling us? Why are you trying to bring that responsibility onto us where we are just steering wheel attendants? I'm just the monkey behind the wheel. You know, a lot of the things they were telling you about, okay, it's interesting to know, but it's nothing that they were telling you about stuff that, look, I don't own the truck. I don't pay the bills. What the hell are you telling me about it? Tell me something about if you're trying to teach me, tell me something about what I do every day, what I come across every day, what I can do something about. Now, they went on a lot about, oh, well, you can't drive that. Tell him you can't do it. Can't you do it? Well, hold on. I'm a worker. I'm a yes man. I'm here. When the boss says jump, I say how high. I'm here to do what the boss man tells me. So if the boss man tells me, oh, ignore that, carry on, drive it, I'll fix it tomorrow. It's your job. You've got to believe him. You've got to let him do that because that's his choice. There's nothing you can do about it short of, well, hold on, boss, I'll borrow the money to fix it, or boss, I'll buy the parts and you can pay me when you want to. It keeps me safe. They were showing you, telling you about stuff that wasn't relevant to me as a driver sitting in this seat, pushing the pedals and going left and right. So that's why the CPC, it switches everyone off. There's no interest. You're teaching me stuff that I don't have any control over. You're teaching me stuff that's ancient. You're showing me pictures that aren't up to date. So you're not telling me new news, although it's the same rules and it's the same, and we know that. But they're showing you with ancient photos. You go to watch DVSA videos and all that. They're not up to date. The vehicles they're using are old and knackered. They're even, you go to some of the books, paper tacos have been out has been gone. Is it ancient history? But they use a lot of paper taco examples, So that's the thing about it. That's why instantly, you get to a place, they want to get your attention within the next first half an hour or the first hour. Oh yeah, this is relevant. This is what I do. This is how it involves me, or I can see how that involves the driver. So the CPCs have been a complete and utter waste of time. And it hasn't approached the way of thinking, the driving. There was no right, boys, this is what's been going, this is what you're doing wrong. Have you thought about doing it a different way? The courses were was an insult, really. I felt insulted when I went there and took the course. I was insulted. Who the hell are you to tell me, with so many years experience, and we're all most of the drivers that were there were old and experienced, or middle-aged and experienced. There should be a course for the youngsters that they might find it interesting, and a course for us old kids that keeps us interested. So that's my opinion on the CPC, and that's why I think it's an utter, complete waste of time.